Jailing this man for putting a skimming device on a bank ATM. ABC Action News reporter Isabel Rosales has the details on the one mistake police say he made that instantly alerted them.
If you've got a debit card or hit the ATM like it's your daily bus stop, listen up. Atm Skimmer scams are stealing money from people just like you. Hundreds, even thousands of dollars gone in a flash. This isn't a glitch, it's a sneaky, high-tech scam. Don't think it can't happen to you. It can. And the only way to spot it and avoid it is by sticking around to learn from this video. Sounds like a scare tactic, right? But it's not. It's far from it. Law enforcement says it's no longer a local crime, it's gone global. In Fairfax County, Virginia, police uncovered 9 skimmer devices hidden on ATMs at grocery stores and gas stations. Each was fitted with micro cameras that filmed victims typing their PINs. Investigators say the fraud drained thousands of dollars in a single weekend. One woman, identified as Jordan Smith, who fell victim to the wicked scheme, spoke publicly. "I was very worrisome and I really just wanted answers," she said after her account was drained following use of a compromised ATM. That emotional plea echoes across dozens of such incidents. I mean, imagine waking up to see your paycheck vanish before breakfast. And in Missouri, 5 Romanian nationals pleaded guilty to planting readers on local ATMs. They harvested card information, cloned cards, and withdrew from victim accounts, making off with thousands of dollars. When agents raided their hideout, they found laptops loaded with 12,000 stolen card numbers. Across the ocean, Australian police cracked a network stretching from Brisbane to Sydney, seizing skimmers disguised as brand stickers. The FBI and Homeland Security are now treating ATM skimming rings as serious organized crime. In fact, 6 people were recently charged in a multi-state skimming ATM and retail conspiracy after a Homeland Security-led investigation. The officers called it a digital pickpocket epidemic. These traps are nearly invisible, sleek, and sometimes one with the machine. If experts can barely spot them, what chance does an average cardholder have? Well, knowing exactly how the trick is built will definitely up the scales. Imagine you're approaching an ATM late at night. The machine seems normal. You slide your card in, punch your PIN, and walk away, unaware that in the milliseconds when you transacted, your card data was stolen. This is exactly what ATM skimming criminals rely on: precision, concealment, and timing. First off, they select an ATM target. Scammers study ATMs in public or semi-public places: convenience stores, gas stations, shopping malls, even bank lobbies. They look for machines with moderate foot traffic, minimal oversight, and positions where install actions won't draw immediate suspicion. Corners, dimly lit spots. They may observe repair or servicing schedules, noting when machines are less guarded. Sometimes they pose as maintenance workers or cleaning staff to scout internal access points. Once they've acquired their target, they move to installing the skimming device. In a matter of seconds to minutes, they put a skimmer, a small fake overlay or reader, over or inside the legitimate card reader slot. It looks nearly identical in shape and color. The criminal may use weak adhesives or double-sided tape to affix it cleanly. Behind the fake reader, hidden memory chips store the magnetic stripe data when you insert your card. You'd swear it's the bank's own keypad until you peel it off. In many cases, the scam is paired with a pinhole camera trained on the keypad or the user's fingers to record the PIN entry. The camera may be embedded in a fake bezel, trim, logo sticker, or even an overhead fascia. In other combinations, the criminals use a keypad overlay, a thin, transparent keypad layer above the real keypad that records keystrokes. According to the FBI, such devices can be installed in seconds. Sometimes wiring is tapped or rewired internally so that the machine still functions normally, so the user won't suspect a failure. Picture this: a $20 note glued to a fake plate, meant to lure you in while behind the scenes your card is being cloned. So basically, every time a victim inserts their card, the fake reader captures the card's magnetic stripe data and stores it in its memory. Meanwhile, the camera or keypad overlay records the PIN code. The stored data stays in local memory, or is sent wirelessly in bursts to a nearby receiver, sometimes disguised in a parked car or disguised device. Once enough data is accumulated, or a schedule is hit, the criminals return to retrieve the skimmer. In many operations, they relocate or swap the device periodically to avoid detection. They may use inside knowledge, like banking services windows, to access the ATM internals, remove the fake overlay, and walk away undetected. By the time victims notice, their balance has already fed someone else's weekend getaway. In more sophisticated rings, the criminals clone multiple cards from collected data, then coordinate mass withdrawals across different ATMs at once, often timing with holidays or payroll cycles. The stolen funds are funneled through shell accounts, prepaid debit cards, or money mules. So you walk away thinking it was just a routine ATM visit. You have the cash you came to withdraw in hand and all seems well. But your data is now in the hands of criminals, your card credentials, plus your PIN. Later, clone transactions or withdrawals start appearing. The trap has closed. Authorities have found that criminals often film victims using the compromised terminal to record PIN usage, or even monitor via live feeds. In the Missouri case, conspirators used a rented Airbnb as a base and stored hundreds of video clips showing customers entering PINs at the compromised machines. And when law enforcement stings a given machine, the criminals sometimes shift operations to nearby ATMs very fast, making it a cat-and-mouse chase. That's why this simple trick spreads so fast. The scammer's footprint is razor thin. The more routine the ATM looks, the safer people feel, and that's the illusion scammers exploit. Most of us think machines don't lie. That tiny hesitation and doubt is the scammer's entry point. ATM skimmers prey on trust. You walk up to an ATM, assuming it's safe because it's a familiar part of life. Why would you suspect a machine at your local bank or gas station? Criminals know this and design ATM skimmers to look like they belong. These devices are often molded to match the ATM's card slot perfectly, making them nearly impossible to spot. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You don't see the danger until it's too late. When an ATM acts odd, a card reader feels slightly loose, or the machine stalls momentarily, many users chalk it up to a glitch, low network, or mechanical error. We trust our banks and systems, so we seldom assume fraud. That behavior protects the scam. Another reason skimmers work is their speed and stealth. Installing a skimmer device takes seconds, and busy ATMs in crowded places are prime targets. Think about it. When you're rushing to grab cash, are you inspecting the machine? Most people aren't. Scammers count on your hurry or distraction, knowing you're unlikely to notice a slightly loose card slot or a tiny camera. Modern skimmers even transmit data wirelessly, so crooks don't need to return, reducing their risk of getting caught. The scam also thrives because it's a two-pronged attack. Skimmers don't just steal your card data, they often pair with hidden cameras or fake keypads to nab your PIN. This combo is deadly. Your card number alone isn't enough, but with your PIN, scammers can empty your account or sell the info for profit. It's a 1-2 punch that hits hard before you even know you're in a fight. Even banks don't see it coming. ATMs pass hardware self-tests because overlays don't change internal circuits. Unless a staff physically tugs the card reader, the fraud goes unnoticed. Yikes. The places we trust with our money may not see immediately that complaints are connected to a particular ATM, especially when fraud is spread across accounts and regions. Reporting is slow, investigations lag, and in many cases when it's reported, victims are refunded, but then the scam continues elsewhere. An ATM skimmer device scam is basically a low-risk, high-reward for criminals. A single device can harvest hundreds of card details in a day, raking in thousands of dollars. Even if one skimmer is found, scammers just move to the next ATM. As was previously stated, it's a game of cat and mouse, and they're good at staying one step ahead. Victims also play a role in breeding the scam. Because many victims feel embarrassed or believe the amount is too small to matter, they hardly file reports. That makes it harder to trace the pattern. Law enforcement and fraud desks often only see the tip of the iceberg. The result? The scam continues spreading like a creeping virus, consuming victims across states, and the least noticed ATM might be the next danger point. So, how can you fight back? Security experts say a 10-second inspection can save your entire paycheck. Here's the step-by-step process. Before inserting your card, touch and wiggle the card slot. It should feel solid. If there's any looseness, please walk away. Look for color mismatch. Fake bezels may look slightly brighter or duller. Scan for tiny holes above the keypad, possible camera lenses. Shield your PIN with your hand even if you trust the machine. Check the receipt slot. Some scammers hide transmitters there. If you spot anything suspicious, don't proceed with your transaction. Instead, alert someone, either an ATM attendant, bank staff, or call the bank's helpline immediately. Take a photo if the area is safe, or note the machine's location. Use a different ATM nearby, ideally inside a bank branch where there's a hard chance of a criminal oversight is stronger. After your card leaves your hands, Monitor your bank account closely for unexpected withdrawals. If unauthorized transactions occur, contact your bank immediately and file a fraud report. Catching a scam early can limit the damage. Once you start checking, you train your brain to see what others miss. Moreover, there are 1,000,001 other ways you can safeguard yourself and your loved ones. Many banks now offer extra security features like two-factor authentication, 2FA for online banking or card control settings. With two-factor authentication, you'll need a second step, like a code sent to your phone, to access your account. Card controls let you set limits on your card, like blocking ATM withdrawals or international transactions. Some apps even let you lock your card when you're not using it. These tools make it harder for scammers to misuse your information, even if they get it. Also, modern technology offers safer alternatives to traditional card swiping. Many ATMs now support contactless cards or mobile payments like Apple Pay or Google Wallet. These methods don't rely on the magnetic strip that skimmers target, making them much harder to compromise. If your card has a chip, use it instead of swiping, as chip transactions are more secure. Some banks also offer virtual card numbers for online use, adding another layer of protection. Embracing these options reduces your exposure to skimmer scams. If you suspect an ATM has a skimmer, don't try to remove it yourself. Please report it immediately to the bank or the ATM's owner right away. You could help prevent others from falling victim with that act. Also, stay informed about skimming tactics. Scammers are always evolving, using advanced skimmers that transmit data wirelessly or even targeting card readers at stores. Follow news or check your bank's website for updates on new scams. Knowledge turns fear into armor, and knowing the signs guarantees that your hard-earned money stays intact. Your debit card is a direct line to your savings. Please treat every ATM like a potential ambush until proven safe. Atm skimming is spreading faster than banks can react. The threat is real, and debit card users all over the world are falling prey to ATM skimmer scams. But you now have the knowledge to fight back. Inspect every ATM, trust your instincts, and act fast if something feels off. The next dangerous scam is already evolving, and it may be closer than you think. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and keep watching our videos so you're one step ahead of scammers instead of one transaction behind. Stay smart, stay safe, and keep your money yours.